Live on YouTube and Google+, it's Pageant Live. This is the place for glamour and style. Get great pageant tips you won't find anywhere else. Find out what you need to know before your next pageant. Post your questions and comments for our panel during the show. Learn great ideas about all aspects of pageantry. Here we go. Pageant Live starts right now.
Hello and welcome to a brand new season of Pageant Live. I'm Stephanie McGrane, and tonight our guests will be giving us tips on choosing the perfect evening gown. But first, I'd like to welcome the beautiful Autumn Short. She's joining me this evening as my co-host and our technical expert. Hello, Autumn.
Good evening. Hello. I am America's Super Mrs. 2013, Autumn Short, and I'm so excited to be here to kick off the next season of Pageant Live with you, Stephanie. Woo.
Yay, so glad you're here.
Yes, it's going to be a great show tonight. It's going to be a great show tonight.
Yes, it is. That's right, for sure. Well, let's meet our beautiful guests now. And Candace, let's start with you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Candace Marquez Ms. Belleza Latina International 2014.
Welcome, Candace.
Hi, Candace.
Thank you.
And hello, Velma.
Hi, my name is Velma Rounsville. I am Miss Senior Jacksonville for 2013.
So glad you're joining us tonight. Woo,
Happy to be
Velma.
here.
And Tori, let's move on to you.
Hey guys, I'm Tori Christensen. I'm the Woman of Achievement Ambassador 2013. So I'm happy to be here.
Welcome, Tori. So glad to have all of you beautiful ladies joining us tonight.
Thank you.
We're glad to be here.
So glad.
All right.
Great show.
Yes, we are. So let's go ahead and get down to business. Are you ready? We're talking about gowns tonight. So tonight I want to start with Tori. And Tori, I see here your gown is absolutely... Oh, hold on 1 second here. Sorry. We're going to get this pulled up eventually here. Okay, there we go.
Yep, it's up
so,
now.
Tori, I see your gown here, and I love it. It looks like you added a little bit of a jacket to make it a little bit more modest. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about your dress and why you selected this dress, and tell us why you chose to make it a little bit more modest.
So for those of you who don't know, I actually represented the state of Utah as my state. And so I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We have a different, modesty standard than what some people are used to. I'm sorry, I'm holding my mic. I just want to be heard, I guess.
That's okay. We want to hear you.
And so actually my coach at the time was Jenny Flores. I'm sure Autumn and Stephanie, you guys know her well.
We sure do.
An amazing woman, and so I decided I wanted something sparkly but would flow well, and so that looked like the perfect option as soon as I found it. And then when I got it, I knew it was strapless, so I'd have to find a jacket. She helped me find that awesome jacket. That jacket actually was hers, that she wore when she competed in the American Beauties Plus pageant system and won. So I figured it was just good luck. It was meant to be.
It is absolutely beautiful, and how you made it come together as one look is it's wonderful, because that's sometimes, I live in Idaho, and so here we also have a lot of members of the of Latter-day Saints church, and so to find that modest gown can sometimes be very difficult because they don't always come modest. A lot of times they're strapless, so to be able to add that little bit onto it, I think, is great.
Yeah, excuse me. But it definitely lets you put a little bit more of your taste into it. A lot of times when you find evening gowns, they'll be pre-made, and even for a plus-size individual, they're hard to find in an inexpensive price as custom size. So I had that actually made to my measurements, and then I lost 30 pounds, so I had to have it tailored. So definitely look at places like that where you can go and get it tailor-made to your measurements, but don't buy it too early.
So where did you end up finding your gown at? Did you find it at a bridal store, or where it was custom made for you, or where exactly did you find the gown?
So I don't buy anything in like a bridal shop because it never fits me right. I always have to have it tailored to my body because my body shape is a little weird. But what I do is I go to either Light in the Box or TideBuy and .com.
Okay.
And I will order it and do it custom to my measurements. It usually is like another $10 to $20, so it's not that much extra.
So the selection that they have there on those websites, are they just for plus size women, or is it that anybody can go in there and order from that website?
All their dresses are custom made. Anyone that you want to buy, you can get made to your measurements, which is super nice because they're always changing what their dresses are. So then you don't have to say, oh, I want this one, and then 6 other people are going to have it. You can go there and find an affordable one. So that dress, for example, was under $100.
Wow. And what was the name of those websites again?
It's lightinthebox.com.
Okay.
TideBuy, like I'm going to go buy some Tide to wash my clothes. .com. And then another one that I really like is called Gen House.
Okay.
Those are all really good resources. They have a ton of dresses that are under $200 even, because I never spend very much on my evening gowns, ever. Because I usually only wear them just a couple of times for competition, and then I'm done with them.
Very nice. All right.
Autumn, can you bring up her dress one more time?
Most definitely I can. So here is her dress one more time, and for some reason I have to talk in order for the dress to stay up. So you will be able to see that it is the black sequins dress. It is a custom made, as Tori was saying, to fit her body. And then she did add the little jacket to make it more modest for her likings.
I love it. You look gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Oh, thank you so much. I kind of felt like Princess Diana, you know, with the short hair going on and the real sparkly dress, you know.
Well, you look stunning on stage. Love it. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
All right, so let's move on to Candace. And Candace, I just have to say that your dress was a complete wow for me. I love the color red anyways. But your dress, the jewels up over the shoulder and the cut of the gown, how it just hugs your body in the right way and then looks like it's so easy to walk in. It's absolutely beautiful. So tell me, did you know that this was going to be the gown for you when you saw this, or was this something that you were like, oh, let's keep looking until I decide that this isn't quite the gown that I want? How did you decide on this gown?
Well, it was honestly a little difficult because for this competition, I wanted to wear white. I always compete in red or like a burnt orange color, but after I looked at a few gowns and then I finally decided that I still wanted to do red, I pretty much put my own design together. That gown is a combination of one of the gowns that I found on a Miss Universal or something like that, and then the bottom is a combination from something that's similar to a MacDougall. So I kind of combined 2 gowns and then added my own touch and had it custom made, which was awesome. And I'm so glad that I decided to stick with the red because I agree, it came out perfectly. I was a little nervous because I did have it made overseas, but thank goodness everything worked out.
So you had it made overseas, because sometimes you hear about these terror stories from the gowns being made overseas, but you had a really good experience then with having your gown made for you overseas. They did it, did you send them a picture, a drawing, or how did they know exactly what you were looking for? And then again, your measurements, how did they know how to get it to fit you?
Well, it was a really interesting process. I have had gowns made by them before, so I was pretty familiar with the people that I was working with. But what they do is they send you a sheet that asks for every single measurement you can think of, from the neck to, you know, your arm's length, from your breast area, from the waist, from your height with shoes on, without shoes. They ask for every single measurement that you can think of. So once I sent them the measurement, well, should I say the picture first, couple of the pictures plus my edits, then I sent the measurements over, they were able to custom make the gown based on that. However, they have a lot of clients, so I had to make sure that I emailed them a lot. Hey, I need a picture. Please make sure before you send anything that you do send the photo before you send the DHL. I did see a photo before they sent it over to me. I did have a couple of questions regarding the top area because there's a little bit of mesh in the center. On the photo, it looked really pale, but in person, it came out perfect. So she was able to advise me on that. And then it got to me via DHL in about 2 days from the time that she sent it out. Yeah.
So overall, how long did it take from the time that you ordered it to the time you received it? How long did it take for you to receive, or the gown, how long did it take to make the gown and receive it altogether?
Altogether, probably about 3 weeks, which was, that part was awesome. But once I got the gown, I needed alterations. And then that's when the tricky part came in. I did have a seamstress that is here in Chicago, and she's a wonderful seamstress. However, I thought getting my gown to her 4 weeks in advance was enough time. I left for competition on a Tuesday. She didn't have my gown ready until the Sunday before. So I did need alterations in the waist area to kind of pull me in a little bit more, and she opened the slit area a little bit. But overall, the full time, I would say about 2 months.
Okay, that's not bad at all then, really. I mean, realistically, when you're thinking about ordering a gown, that's not bad at all.
Candace,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I'm just going to hop in real quick. Candace, I just have a question for you. You don't have to tell us how much your gown was, but did you save a lot of money going the route of having it custom made overseas versus buying it at an evening gown shop?
Steph, absolutely.
All right, that's good. We love to save money.
I saved so much money on my gown. It was wonderful, which did allow me to put more money into other things that I needed to do as far as wardrobe, my hotel accommodations. I also had family and friends that donated, which I was so happy, which really allowed me to stretch the dollars that they donated even further by having that gown made and just trying to cut corners, but still making sure that I looked like $1 million, I guess you'd say. So, but yeah, I definitely saved a ton of money. Absolutely.
Well, you did look like $1 million, and you know, it's so true. When you are on stage, the people in the audience, the judges, they can't tell the quality of the gown, you know, what quality it is. So, I mean, I think it's definitely worth saving the money, and you look fabulous.
Thank you.
Now, I do see Tiffany. I just want to say hello and welcome.
Hi, Tiffany.
Sorry about that. I had some Sorry about that.
All right. Are you able to see us okay?
Yes, I had some technical difficulties signing in. So can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
We're glad
great.
you're here. Tiffany,
Thank
can you
you.
tell us your title?
I am the current National Beauties of America representing the 30s division.
Very
We're
nice.
so glad you're here.
Yes,
Thank you.
we are. So, Tiffany, what we're doing is just going over each of the dresses. And so,
Okay.
if you don't mind, I would like to pull up your dress here and just say a little bit about it, and then have you
Sure.
share some about it as well.
Sure, not a problem.
All right. It's an absolutely gorgeous gown, just absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And I see, was this the gown that you competed in and that you were crowned in? And then
Yes.
also, well, okay, because I'm blonde as well, and they always tell me to stay away from the beige colors. So tell me how you pulled this off fantastic. So tell me a little bit about the competition in this gown and how you were able to pull off this.
You know, I am all about beadwork and rhinestones and off the wall, off the top, but you don't ever want your dress to ever take over you. So I try to stay with the neutral colors, and I'm an absolute fan of white, but like you said, being blonde and pale doesn't really get you very far with white. So this is more of a champagne color. It has a little pink undertone to it, so it works absolutely beautiful for the more paler skin blonde women. So
Very nice. Let me ask you another question here about your gown. How is this your first time competing in this gown, or is this a gown that you competed in before? Because it looks like it's really heavy. So share with us, how were you able to practice? Did you practice walking in this gown many times, or is this one that you previously used?
I actually competed in Wisconsin America, and I was first runner-up. and did very well in gowns. And I had so many compliments with this gown. And then I went on to compete at Beauties of America, and I just absolutely love this gown. And I think when you love a gown, you portray that on stage, and so the judges will fall in love with your gown just as much as you love your gown.
Now, did you do any type of color swatching, or did you have a coach that said you look absolutely radiant in this color? Because it just makes me so nervous having to even think about wearing a color that's so close to my hair tone and my skin tone. So tell me, how, as a blonde, how did you come across that this is going to be a color that works for you?
Right. I'm blessed to be close to Minnesota, and I actually went to the pageant shop in Minneapolis. And Sarah Moses is amazing at choosing gowns and helping you choose a gown. Just because she likes it on you, you have to like it on you as well. And as soon as I put this gown on, I literally saw myself with the crown on my head and flowers at hand. So I was like, this is absolutely my gown, and it does look amazing on blondes.
Wonderful.
Gorgeous.
Very, very
gorgeous,
I will say. All right, so then let's go ahead and let's move on to Velma. When I saw your dress, Velma, I just thought, this is an amazing dress. It is so age appropriate, gorgeous color, wonderful cut. I love your gown. It looks like the bottom of it is almost like a sheer, like it comes down maybe, and then the bottom part is a sheer purple. But tell me, how did you decide on this gown? Where did you find this gown, and how did you know this was going to be such a stunning color on you?
Well, first I'll say this was my very first pageant, so I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether I should, I didn't know about checking with the coach or any of those things. So purple is my favorite color. So I thought, I'll start there. But of course, it wasn't easy to find anything that color. I checked at several stores. I started looking and hunting and couldn't find. I saw all the other colors, greens and pinks and reds and oranges. And I was becoming a little disgusted. And thought, oh no, I'm not going to be able to find the color that I really want. But I was determined, so I just kept searching and searching, and finally, at a department store, I found
wow.
Yes, I was shocked. Purple gowns, and I started trying them on. and
well, it looks like you found the perfect one, because you look incredible. It gives you an amazing shape.
Well, thank you. Thank you. For a senior, I guess it's not too bad.
You look fabulous.
Thank you. And so then, even after I picked it out and tried it on and everything, I wasn't too sure if maybe I showed a little too much or something. So I took a picture of it on my phone and sent it to my daughter, who lives in Charlotte, to see what she thought. And she said, oh, that's great, Mom. And so I said, okay, I'll go with this.
So let me just ask you then, it came with those, it looks like it's lace up over the shoulders and everything like that. So it actually did already come made like that? You didn't have to do any alterations to the gown?
Yes, it came with the lace, and like you mentioned, the bottom is a sheer. It was just perfect. It was just the perfect gown, and when I tried it on, I really felt amazing. So I thought, yes, this is the one.
Well, they are all gorgeous. Stephanie, if you don't mind, do you have any questions for them? If not, I would just like to run through their dresses one more time so we can see them one last time.
Sure, if you want to run through. I'd love to see them again. They all look gorgeous.
Okay, so once again, we have Tori here, and she got hers online, custom made to her to fit her body type, which absolutely, I think that's, I'm so glad you shared those websites with us, because I think that is wonderful. And then next, let's go ahead and go to the eye-popping bright red color here from Candace. I just love this, and this dress came from overseas, where she sent in her measurements and her design to the dressmaker, and they were able to make her gown for her to fit her body. So, and then let's move over here to Tiffany one more time. Tiffany, I just have to say, this gown is definitely a national gown. It's so stunning. You look absolutely beautiful. It looks with the crisscrosses in it. It just fits the body. It looks like it shapes the body so beautifully. So, love, love, love that gown as well. And then last, we have Velma's gown, which I think is, like I said, it's so age appropriate. You don't look like a teen in it. You don't look like a miss in it. You look like your age in this gown, and it's gorgeous, perfect color, wonderful cut, everything about it I just absolutely love. So I would have to say you guys did a wonderful job picking your gowns out.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, ladies, are you ready to share your advice and tips to our viewers on choosing the perfect evening gown? You know what? Let's start with you, Candace. What's your advice? What tips do you have to our viewers?
I would say my biggest piece of advice as far as picking your evening gown would definitely be, one, go with the color that you know works for you without a doubt. When you go into competition, there are so many things that could happen that may throw you for a loop. The one thing you want to be confident in is, hey, I know for sure that I look good in this color. So that would be the #1 piece of advice. And the second piece of advice would be to really go with what you love. Sometimes it's really good to get opinions from coaches and people who have been in it for a while, which is awesome because it will broaden your idea on what would possibly work for you. But at the end of the day, you have to love the gown. And with those two things, it's a winner.
I agree. That's so important. Well, now, Candace, did you consider the background of your stage? Did you consider that at all when choosing your gown? Any of you ladies, actually. Did you think about the color of the stage, the curtains, the background? Did you know it was going to be a dark stage? You wanted to do something lighter? Is that something you consider when you're choosing a gown?
Not at all on my part.
No, not so much.
Not at all.
I didn't know.
Well, and it's still all worked out for everyone. Well, those are great tips, Candace.
Thank you.
Velma, what about you? What tips do you have for us?
Well, I guess I would say, first of all, something that when you put it on, it makes you feel fabulous. You feel special, you feel unique, and when you walk in it, you know that you, to yourself, you are the best looking lady out there. And I think that's one thing that's important. Also, the things that Candace said are definitely important. A color that goes with you, that you look good in, and that you feel comfortable in. And I think another thing is something I find important, I think, is something that's easy to put on. And so you're not worried about, you know, a lot of buttons or snaps or, you know, various things that you might have to go through when you're trying to put on the gown. So something that's easy to wear and put on.
Good advice, and isn't that the truth? I've been backstage. I've seen people where they need help, and 2 people getting them in their gown. It's just more to worry about.
Right.
Put your mind at ease.
Yes.
Great advice. Well, Tori, what about you? What advice do you have to our viewers?
Well, I definitely second Velma. The first year I did pageantry, I was one of those girls who had the full lace-up back. So I had like 3 people trying to help me into my gown. So
You did? Okay, sure, yes.
So I definitely echo that. On another note, don't be afraid to take a chance when it comes to your dress. Just make sure that when you see it, whether it's on a mannequin or on a website, that you fall in love with it. Because if, like Tiffany already said, if you don't fall in love with it, the judges won't fall in love with it. Because you want to feel like you're that $1 million lady. Because you are. That's why you're there.
That's right. Okay, now I have to ask this question because the last gown that I had that I competed in, I liked my gown. It would not have been a gown that I would have chosen if I could have had any gown out there, but I chose it based on being short, being petite,
Yeah.
You know, not having a slit, kind of making it look so, you know, I was taller, elongated. I mean, what do you feel? What do all of you ladies feel about that? I mean, do you take that into consideration, or do you feel it's more about, you know, loving your gown and feeling fabulous in it? You know, or do you also have to think about the pageant system? And, you know, if the color, the fit, the style, you know, if it's right for you.
Speaking for the plus size community here, or on behalf of, I guess you could say, thinking about how it's going to look on your body is about 75% of the game. And so you have to really think about your proportions, and I'm sure everyone thinks about this as women, we do. You got to think about your proportions. Is it going to hit me just right? Is it going to make my butt look too big? You know, that kind of a thing. So, absolutely, absolutely.
I definitely agree. Yes, you need to be concerned about how it fits on your body. Like you said, if you're well endowed, you want to make sure you're maybe not showing too much. If your butt is not proportioned correctly, or the way it makes you feel comfortable.
Right.
And I think with all those things, as long as you feel that you own it when you're in it, then you got it.
That's right. I like that. You got to own it when you're in it. That's right. And do all of you ladies have a fabulous seamstress, someone that you work with? I personally think fit is the most important thing when it comes to evening gown. So you could have a fabulous, you know, $5,000 gown. If it doesn't fit you right, you know, I think fit is so important. So what do you ladies do? Do you have a go-to seamstress?
I do. I have a go-to seamstress, and then I have a backup seamstress for the go-to seamstress.
That's good. That's smart. I like that advice.
Absolutely. And then I have a friend also who designs too. So it's like I have 3 people who can help me make sure that the outfit's perfect.
You got to back up, Candace.
I myself have a good friend who, I live in a college town, I live in Provo, and so there's a lot of college kids around, so I like to give maybe up-and-coming seamstresses a chance to work with a plus-size body, because a lot of times that doesn't happen in the fashion industry as much. But then I have my mom who sews, and then I have another friend who sews, so I'm exactly like Candace. I have a backup to the backup, and then a backup to the backup to the backup to the backup.
That's good.
Tiffany, I want to know about yours, because yours has so much beading on it. Did you have yours custom made to fit? Like, how do you get yours to? Who's your seamstress?
That's so funny that you asked that, because actually I was really lucky that I didn't have to get anything altered. It fit me like a glove. And I actually had to make sure I wasn't losing weight and or gaining weight. So I would literally try it on every other day, just because I didn't want to take it to a seamstress and have them ruin it, because there is so much detail on the dress. So I was fortunate enough to not have to take it to anybody.
Oh my gosh, you are so lucky. And isn't that the truth? You get a gown, and you have to be at that exact weight that you're going to be when you bring it in to have it altered. You know, if it's there forever, you lose weight, you get it back, it doesn't fit. So important, so important. And Tiffany, what other advice do you have for our viewers? Any other tips?
I definitely agree with Candace, Velma, and the rest of your guests, but I also want to say that it's also important to be original and kind of think outside the box. Like Autumn said, you know, she didn't think a champagne tan color would look good on her, being a blonde and of paler skin. So I always just say, keep an open mind, go out there and try on every single dress if you want to, and just kind of know what you want, but also keep that open mind, because there might be something out there that you will absolutely love and you might miss out on it.
Right, that's good thinking. Okay, I have to ask this question now. What about getting a gown, you know, renting a gown from someone, or, you know, on consignment? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about purchasing a gown or renting a gown just by seeing a picture of it come across Facebook, you know, one of the sites? Is it risky? Would you do it? Is that worth it? I don't know. What do you ladies
exactly
think?
What I did. You're
brave. I admire your bravery.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it any other way, honestly, guys, because if you know what you look good in, what kind of styles, and you know all of that, you're not taking a risk at all. I love shopping that way. I don't even shop in the store anymore. No joke.
I'm actually always scared to rent anything because I'm so tall, so everything ends up being so short on me. So I definitely take precaution when it comes to renting from somebody else.
Well, I would say since it was my first time, I was very afraid of anything that I couldn't try on and look at and see how I looked in it. So I would be a little maybe skeptical or just concerned how it may fit me.
I would probably say I would be most comfortable renting a gown from someone that I know. I have a dear friend who is like the queen of pageantry, and it just so happens that we're similar in size. I've never rented a gown from her, but if I were to, it would be from her or from someone similar that I knew, maybe they're about my size or they have similar tastes, so that way I knew for sure what I was getting before I had them send it to me.
Well, all of you ladies had fabulous advice, and you all did it right because you all captured the crown. So congratulations to you. Awesome tips, awesome show. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, so let's go ahead and give you each just a moment to wrap up really fast. If there's anything that you want to say about your platform or anything like that, just a really quick wrap up. So Candace, we're going to start with you.
Okay, wonderful. Hello, world. Again, this is Candace Marquez, Miss Belleza Latina International 2014. And part of my platform is HIV and AIDS awareness, and also with an emphasis on healthy lifestyles and fitness. You guys can find me on Facebook at Miss Belleza Latina International 2014, Candace Marquez. I can also be emailed at Miss Belleza, which is BELLEZA, Latina International 14 at gmail.com. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Wonderful. And Tiffany, how about you?
Hi, I'm Tiffany Konecko, the current national winner for Beauties of America, representing the 30s division. My platform is the Ronald McDonald House Charity. I work a lot with the charity, currently working on gathering a bunch of auction items for the upcoming gala that is on October 5th. If you are interested in knowing and learning more information about the Beauties of America pageant, please visit the website at beautiesofamerica.com and like our link on Facebook, Beauties of America. There's so many divisions. There's a teen, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and also a 60s division, and it's probably one of the best and most fun pageants I have been a part of so far.
Very nice. All right, Velma, we're coming over to you. Do you want to go ahead and tell us just a little bit, wrap it up for us?
All right, my name is Velma Rounsville once again, and I am Miss Senior Jacksonville for 2013, Jacksonville, Florida. So part of my platform is empowering seniors and letting seniors know that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still do whatever you want to do. Within that, I also want to educate seniors, youth, and the disenfranchised, educate them in voting. You can reach me. I have an email. It is v.rounsville. That's ROUNSVILLE @gmail.com. And I have a phone number, which is area code 303-809-5464. Please feel free to call or email me anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, Velma. All right, Tori, you get to finish us off here. Tell us a little bit about your platform. Wrap this.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. My platform is mental health awareness and suicide prevention. A lot of people don't know what mental illness is or how to be around people who have it. And I work with the National Alliance on Mental Illness frequently. I sit on their board of Utah County, which is where I live, to help with that. My title is the Woman of Achievement Ambassador for the American Beauties Plus pageant system. This is strictly a title based on your community service and your commitment to service in general. So that's something that is kind of unique. I can be found on Facebook. You can see my title there at the bottom of the page. Just search for me. You will definitely find me. I'm there, I promise. You can also email me. My email is woaambassador2013@gmail.com. If you ever have any questions, even if it's just about mental illness, feel free, come on over. I love helping. I love answering questions. So thanks so much, guys, for letting me come on.
Thank you, Tori. I'm just going to take a quick moment here as well to give a talk about my platform. My platform is Seatbelt Safety, and I just want to remind you all to stay alive and click it before you drive. It's so important to educate people on the importance of wearing your seatbelt. It's something that you think that everybody should do every single day, but yet there are still millions of people out there who do not buckle up daily, even no matter how short the drive. Be sure to buckle up and wear your seatbelt. So thank you again, ladies, for coming on here and joining us this evening on our very first show of the season.
Woo! Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
And thank you to our sponsors this evening, Plexus Worldwide and Mediate the Crown. To learn more about them, click on their links at our website at PageantLIVE.com.
Also, if you are a pageant director and you'd like to have your pageant showcased on the Pageant Live website, it is free. Just go ahead and email us at show@PageantLIVE.com. And make sure you also check out the blog, Ask the Crown blog, at PageantLive.AskTheCrown.blogspot.com. We have some great interviews on there. Stephanie interviewed Miss Universe, Miss Teen USA. Wonderful advice also on there from agencies, modeling agencies, and so forth. So make sure you just check out the blog. And again, if you have questions, ideas for the show, you can always reach us at show@PageantLive.com.
Absolutely, be sure to check it out. And you can visit us on Facebook, check out our YouTube page, tweet at us at Pageant Live and at Ask the Crown. And on another note, Make-A-Wish of Illinois is selling tickets for the red carpet event on November 2nd. If you are interested in joining in on the fun or you just have some questions, contact Jen at redcarpetgala@yahoo.com.
All right, be sure you join us next Tuesday. We have a special time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you check out the show. We will be having the world's perfect ladies joining us on the show. And I will be hosting the show next Tuesday, so make sure you check it out. Again, special time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks for coming, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Thanks. Bye.